Hi guys, Assalamu Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I hope you all are doing great. This video is for those people that do not fit in, that always stand out, but somehow think that they're not a fit for this world because they often find themselves in situations and in circumstances where they are just not a perfect fit, and they tend to sort of measure their value based on that, the reaction they get from the external world, or perhaps not being able to fit in with the people that are really doubtful whether you should really fit in with them or not. But yeah, this is for you guys. Also, since it is coming in the frame and I cannot give up the opportunity of showing this to you guys, I would send this beautiful piece of Arabic calligraphy by Aisha Sumaira, who is from Hyderabad. She customizes beautiful Arabic calligraphy artwork like this, which is so detailed and so beautiful. I love the way it shines and I love the color combination as well. So definitely check out her page and shop from her, y'all, because she ships worldwide. And that's a good part, for she's not just confining her artwork till Hyderabad but worldwide, which is amazing. She's also come up with some Ramadan planners and the Eid card, so you can get names customized. And guys, don't we all love a little bit of specialty and like emotion to the gifts we receive and give, and what better of a time to exchange gifts in than the month of Ramadan. Okay, so now let's get right into the topic. I think this is one of my most favorite topics in the world, because since my childhood I have never fit in. Why have I not fit in? Because I come from a place and a culture where dark humor and trying to put other people down in the name of humor is really glorified. And I found myself to always put more efforts than I have received since my childhood. So I used to think that maybe there was something intrinsically wrong. But like, the thing with me is that if you're my friend, especially in the present day and age, and some of my friends can agree to this 100%, sometimes it can be boring being with me, not because I don't have a sense of humor or not because I don't have a personality. Well, I do, but I am obsessed with growth. So like, I'm the type that even if my friend is like 16 or 17, it's her age. People can argue to get into drama, to have a crush, to, whatever. Like, sinning is not permitted in Islam and it has its own consequences. But a lot of us have normalized, being in different types of sins and just telling that, okay, it's a process, we're all at the age, and even I have sinned. But I think prevention is better than cure, and when we can avoid sins, it's the best to avoid them. So, like, generally, like, my company in the present day and age, if you're with me in regular, like if you're with me, is generally going to be a lot of positivity. It is going to be a lot of like encouraging, uplifting each other, and I don't think everybody likes it or gets it. And in my childhood, in my school, when I was in a phase where I would be so involved in extracurricular activities and try to always be the topper of the class, everything, I was in sports, I just loved doing. I've been that since my childhood. I have always had people trying to comment upon me, put me down. But I feel like the most amount of friends or attention I ever got was when I started becoming a part of the gossip and when I started fitting in. But ask me if I ever was satisfied with it. Ask me if I sustained the period where I was into gossip, where I was involved in like rumors and gossips and all of that. Like, did it fulfill my soul? It never did. It never did, you guys. And this is what the point is. Like, sometimes when you have a unique sense of humor, when you have a growth oriented mindset, you have your own set of passions and you're out there to pursue those goals, a lot of people are going to come up and tell you that you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong. They're going to sit back and observe every single detail of your life, notice it, and then they're going to make commentaries upon your life so that you feel inferior about yourself or you feel ashamed about yourself. But I have to tell you something, you guys. You should never feel inferior or insecure or ashamed for wanting to chase your goals or for wanting to be yourself truly and authentically. You should never apologize for being yourself. You should never apologize for wanting to express yourself if it is not harming anybody. I've been in situations where I was forced to kind of accept people insulting me again in the name of humor and making fun of that, even those insults and stuff. And I was supposed to like laugh at things that I never personally found amusing, just so that the other person would be satisfied. And I thought if I didn't laugh, I wouldn't be accepted again. But like, then again, if only I would just have turned to myself and been like, Khairunisa, why are we putting up with this, babes? Why? I can be in my room doing the zikr of Allah, talking to my best friend Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, journaling, reading my favorite books, working, spending time with the people I love, than being over here. And I feel like bringing about some major life changes in my life has also given me that freedom. For example, I switched my college from a regular college to then online college, right? So what that does is I have a lot of time to now give to myself, and it has also given me the freedom where if I do not get along with somebody, I get the opportunity not get to see their face again. But I had been in situations where if I wouldn't get along with someone, I had to talk to them, get along with them, pretend to like them so that things were peaceful, or so that we just coexisted. But like right now, if I don't like someone, I would never have to talk to them again. That's just life for me. Not because I am arrogant, but because I really, really care about my mental peace. Like I spent like 2 decades of my life trying to please people and trying to fit in. Now, how much life I have left, which I ask you guys to pray for Allah giving me a long life, because I want time to collect good deeds. Please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and to achieve my goals of the dunya and of the akhirah. Ameen summa ameen. And I pray for the same for you guys. So in the rest of my lifetime, I really want to spend my life as somebody who takes care of myself and isn't a people pleaser, right? And I just want to also receive, because I gave a lot. I did give a lot. Keeping that aside, the reason I also share all these things with you guys is because I'm pretty sure there are some of you that relate with the giving part, with the trying to fit in part, with doubting yourself when you do not fit in, with doubting yourself when you don't understand somebody's type of humor, or you don't understand somebody's way of conversing with others. You think that it's too much of a derogatory way to talk to somebody when it involves putting others down, shaming somebody, berating somebody. And when you subconsciously think that if somebody's involving insulting other people while they're talking to you, one day they are surely going to talk about you the same way. When your sensitive mind or heart is already helping you predict situations like that, do not turn away from yourself and say that tens and tens of people are out here like enjoying this kind of conversation. They're enjoying doing this. They're enjoying humor that is not a fit for me. And that's okay. That is on them. They can stay as they are. I'm going to step out and I'm going to draw my boundaries. I'm going to make sure that if something disturbs the peace of my heart, I give it up, as recommended by Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. And what has been said by Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is a mark on a stone to me, meaning patthar ki lakir. It does not get erased. It does not get taken aback. If I do not fulfill it, if I do not act upon it, it is my loss. But if I do, it is always my gain. So if I am giving up on something that disturbs the peace of my heart, I am taking one step for my betterment. And what better to give up on when it comes down to this context of like giving up on something that disturbs the peace of your heart than negative people, than the people I do not align with. Sometimes some people, it's not like they're bad people, but sometimes they're just not meant for you. Maybe they still have to heal a couple of parts in themselves. Maybe the mindset is not something that matches. I was reading the book Buy Yourself the Damn Flowers by Tam Kaur, and she mentioned that in the chapter where she was discussing about friendships and stuff, navigating them and boundaries and all of that in friendships, right? She said that she had to cut off some of these friends that she had love for, that she had amazing bonds with, but she just did not see them to be the people who aligned with her goals, who were on the same life path as her. Like right now, I create content, right? And I see so many other girls who also create content. And I feel like when we see each other, we naturally click. Because we have similar goals, we have similar aims. For example, for me, if I meet yet another aspiring public speaker, we're both literally going to have similar things to talk about. Like the other day, I started the debate series, or not really the debate series, but like I uploaded a reel where I gave a couple of tips on how to like perform well in debates and arguments and get your point across a certain way. I came across the very next day or something the profile of somebody that also was giving out debate tips. I was like able to align with her content, and every time I see somebody whose content aligns with mine, I feel like it is just it makes me feel like, yeah, there are people like myself, which is why I would recommend you guys to use social media to your advantage. I always watch motivational videos, I always watch TED Talk videos that even sometimes challenge the kind of position I am in right now. Like they're like, but if you are doing something, or if you're stopping something, you're a coward. And there are things like that that really feel like attacking to me. But sometimes I need to listen to things like that are triggering to me, that are maybe not something that I want to listen to, the first thing that I want to listen to when I'm bed rotting or brain rotting, but that is required for me because that helps me get out of it. Some of the things that we listen to, truth does not click or sit in our mind right at the first time it is thrown at us, but it takes time to process. Like I can admit that in my life, I had been told a lot of things by people that in the moment I couldn't understand because of the situation I was in mentally. But later on, I really understood what they meant, So it takes time. But consume content that informs you, not the content that entertains you, because the kind of brain rotting it is doing to you, which has been recently brought into the dictionaries because it's a real term, you guys. Watching motivational speeches and content can sometimes be boring, but try to sort of again modify it to your best interest, right? There are so many books. Let's take the book Buy Yourself the Damn Flowers. The book starts with Tam Kaur sharing her life story, a glimpse of her life, which makes the reader really hooked to the rest of the book. The reader wants to know how she navigated such issues of her life. So there are many things out there, resources out there that are online that are specifically designed for you to also kind of get a story time, kind of be able to relate with a part of the content. But some of the things that we see, the people that we idealize or talk about in their motivational speeches aren't something we relate to, which is what you have to probably get to, you know. They say, right, like if you're the most intelligent person in the room, you're probably in the wrong room. Guys, motivation, productivity is boring. You want to scroll the memes, you want to watch others' lives, you want to watch the edits of celebrities that are really glorified. But what is it going to get you at the end of the day? Like, why are you watching anything that is not motivating you or helping you become a stronger person? And you know, in the present day and age, if you only understood how easy it is to become successful, you guys would not, like, if you guys actually read about it, you wouldn't let the opportunity slide by of putting in the work every single day, of being disciplined towards achieving your goals. Because there are many people out there that are just consumers. And that's why I encourage, like I was having a conversation with my friend the other day as well. She was telling me, I want to start off something, but I'm kind of scared. I told her, you're so good at so many things. At this point, you can monetize literally anything you're good at. This lady that sent me the artwork of calligraphy, beautiful artwork, you guys. This is art. She's good at artwork. She's shipping worldwide, doing an international level business. MashaAllah. Right? She's so creative, coming up with, you know, like for real, Eid cards, and then also Ramadan planners. I know for sure I would get the Eid cards as well because I love creativity. I love art. I love beautiful stuff. I would get it. So what is it, think to yourself, that I can do that people who are like myself would love to consume, that I'm going to be benefited with as well, that I'm going to, in a longer run, feel happy doing? Because if you want to earn money, you have to find out what you're good at, what you think people would benefit from, and you should also be able to enjoy doing it, right? Now, a lot of people are afraid. You know, you have that one thing you're passionate about, but you're afraid. Oh, so many times I've heard that, I want to start this, but this is so odd. Nobody starts this. This instead is the safer path. So I'll do this instead. I'll do my master's. I'll do my job. I'll do a 9 to 5. I don't want to start this because I think there's too much risk. Take that risk, because what is waiting for you at the end of that risk is 100% worth it. The reward that is waiting for you is 100% worth it than that safe life path that you choose for yourself. Why do we see people that do not listen to themselves, do not listen to their heart, their creativity, later in life only regret it? Because they listen to somebody else. And then we always see those entrepreneurs, they had the toughest life stories. They are all odds stacked against them. There are people commenting upon them, sometimes their own family members hating on them. And this is a real thing. When you decide a certain life path for yourself, your own family members will probably criticize you. They won't be able to see what you're able to see. Probably your own friends are going to criticize you. They're going to be like, oh, you don't fit in. What is your obsession with, this particular topic? Okay, just keep aside all your motivational speaking and let's talk about something else. But no, I want to talk about growth. I want to talk about how to grow because this is my passion. And you should be able to talk about what you want to do. If you're goal-oriented, don't be ashamed of it. Like, I know they're in a world where, especially for women, it is so criticized for a woman to do herself, to be herself, and to do what she wants to do. You should do it. Because when you leave this world, you set a legacy. I was also talking about this with a friend of mine. Like, however you are, every leader in the history of humankind was always considered weird, crazy, was given all these names, you guys, right? But they are the people we also idealize. There have been people I've taken inspiration from and they've not been normal. They've been loud, gregarious, passionate, courageous, childlike, enthusiastic, anything but normal. Anything but normal. They've been articulate, they've been bullied, they've been hurt, they've been heartbroken, but they've not been normal. They were weird, but I loved watching them. I've never ever pedestalized somebody that has been normal. I'm sorry, we as humans don't. At this point, probably you as a consumer might be mocking somebody else that is weird to you, but you might also be putting on pedestal another person that is also weird as per the society, as per a different portion of the society, but you like them. That's what fan bases and cults are made on the basis of. Uniqueness. Normal is boring. Don't try fitting in, you guys. It's not worth it. It's just cringe is a word made by boring people, by people who are not as interesting. It's a non-existent phenomenon. There's nothing as cringe. We all have our certain perceptions of looking at the world, and the ignorant ones always find it better to judge the person instead of understanding where they're coming from, or sort of even letting it go, because they have been faced by their own challenge and limitation that the person they are judging represents. I know it's not easy to be weird. Every day you'll have the side eyes. Every day you'll have the looks. Every day you'll get some comment. Every day somebody will tell you something criticizing. But it is worth it to be that person because you have a legacy to set. You don't want... Just think about this one question. When your name is taken, how do you want your name to be remembered? On a very personal level, I ask you this. Beshak, as a servant of Allah, as an obedient servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as an obedient and a good ummati of Prophet peace be upon him, as a good child to your parents, as a good friend, a good neighbor, a generous human being, a kind human being, and somebody who stood for something, right? Somebody who wasn't a fit, somebody who was mocked and hurt and laughed at and bullied but still did what they had to do. You know, there are so many people in my life that I did not really like, but I respect them to the core because of who they are, because of what they stood for, what they did, how brave they were. And remember, people do not remember those people that did everything to fit in with the society. We forget those people who follow the trends after a point. We always remember the people that stand out, that were embarrassing, that were cringe, that were hated on, laughed at, mocked, accused, abused. But we remember them because they still had that fire in them to stand up against what is not right, to stand up against something that is evil, to do what they had to do anyways. There was something of a rebel in them that really pulled us towards them because they represented a part of us. And my question is, why would you want to, for the rest of your life, only as an employee, as a student, as somebody who's playing it safe, just watch those people that are representing parts of you, as opposed to adopting and taking up those parts, making it a part of your personality unapologetically and expressing it and doing your part in this lifetime? Why not do it big if you do it just once? Think about it, my loves. Jazakallah khair for watching this video. If you like this video, do hit the like button, share this video, and subscribe to my channel for more such videos in the future. Inshallah, I will see you guys in my next video. Keep me in your duas and I will keep you guys in mind. Allah Hafiz. Biman Allah.